I went to art school.
Look at me. I brag about wasting money.
Yeah.
Now I sleep in my car. How could I have foreseen this?
Welcome to the Nerd News Podcast, starring Tyson Cox and Tyler Waltz.
Welcome back, ladies and germs, to Nerd News. It is so good to be back.
Yeah, after a brief delay.
Brief delay. I don't know. I spent the whole weekend in Detroit.
Yeah, and I had shows this weekend as well. So it was a busy weekend for both of us.
It was a good time. How's your back and neck?
Fine. It was fine.
Good.
From what?
Did you sleep in a bed the whole weekend?
I did, yeah.
You nerd. I'm an artist. I slept in my car.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't being paid enough to get a hotel.
Yeah. Luckily all of my shows were within driving distance. So
I mean, technically mine were too. They were on Earth.
yeah, right. Well, no, if anything overseas, not driving distance. Did you forget half the planet existed?
No, I knew they were there, but they'll never book me. Someone asked me one time, like, do you check your merch case when you fly to gigs? And I was like, you think people book me at a fly? Any hoozle boozle. Welcome back, you nerds. Hopefully you guys had a good long weekend, and we're releasing this one a day late because of travel and stuff. So thank you guys for bearing with us.
Yeah, so thanks for sticking around.
Just gave us more time to amass more nerd news, though.
Yeah, because there's been a decent amount of stuff that's come out.
A lot of really interesting things. One thing that I've been currently obsessed with was Midjourney AI. And I think I've been bothering Tyler, but my other buddy, Kevin, and you guys remember Brian, we are obsessed with it. We've been using it to make... okay, so if you guys don't know what it is, let me just start that off. It's a Discord channel that just messages the Midjourney scientists, and then they take your prompt and then they kind of render it on their supercomputers, and then they just send it back to you. It's wild.
Yeah, no, it's impressive. I haven't done anything myself, but I've told you some random prompts.
Yeah.
Didn't do Godzilla very well.
It did not. It's because you also gave me there is a little bit of fine tuning to it. Like I did get a couple of pretty good ones, and I said chubby man with long hair kissing Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah, it came out
we need to
good.
throw that on the Instagram.
We need to.
Those came out pretty good.
Yeah.
I'll try to really hone that in for you, bud.
Yeah, that was really funny. I'll need that.
Yeah.
Our buddy Brian has a really cool idea of hodgepodging these together to write a story around.
Well, it's not even hodgepodging per se.
No, he's putting together scenes with the AI.
Yeah, because it is not like I went to art school.
Look at me, I brag about wasting money.
Yeah.
Now I sleep in my car. How could I have foreseen this?
Joke's on you. I don't even have a degree.
Yeah, right.
I've just failed out of 5 colleges.
Yeah, God.
But it's I've taken computer programming classes. It's programming and art in a very weird mixed medium, which is really fun because it lets me be better than I am.
Okay.
But also, it's terrifying.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of AI anything. I'm just
What? You know.
Yeah, no, I'm way too conspiracy, don't trust. That's my mentality on everything.
Yeah.
So my brain is how soon until it's either A, out of control, or B, replaces too much.
So my brother is a very, very good tattoo artist, phenomenal tattoo. He does all my tattoos. He's very good at this. And it's one of those things where I've bothered him in the past, but hey, I've commissioned stuff from him.
He's good enough that I wanted to make fun of you, but I was like, that doesn't seem fair.
Yeah. Yeah, leave me. I'm fair game. Leave him out of it. But
he can do a lot with a bad canvas. That's
I'm very pale.
Yeah.
It's good. The vivid colors. But it's one of those things I after just a day of playing with this, I was like, this is actually very bad for artists.
Yeah. Yeah. Nathan, a guy that we work with, was bringing it up that the vast majority of artists that get work is through advertising for companies.
Mm-hmm.
A company can literally just pay $30 and have as much pretty solid AI art.
Yeah.
So the lower level of artist pay is getting obliterated potentially.
Yeah. And it's going to be a lot of people just happen to do more furry work.
Yeah, right. They'll make more money,
They will make a ton of money.
a lot of money.
Yeah.
The only art that it can't replace is like sculptures, right? Like if a city wants a new art project, then they'll still have to pay somebody to at least build it, even if they do the AI to generate the...
You can 3D print metal and glass now.
Yeah, but they still need some form of assembly, you know? Or I guess not. They just 3D print it somewhere and then they just ship it.
Yeah. Sand it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
See, that's where I don't like it.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, there's also an element when you look at the art, there's definitely an element, and I don't know, it might have to be like a blind look, like, hey, one of these was painted by a person.
Yeah.
One of these was AI. Can you tell? Because I don't know if it's because I know it's AI, but it feels parts of it inhuman.
Yes, that is currently a problem.
Yeah.
I do not think it'll be a problem for
Forever.
much longer because the more people are using it, the more it finds out what looks good and what doesn't.
Yeah.
And then it shifts that. It's very so like I've been not against, but like I've been very aware of Boston Dynamic for 10 years, and I've been trying to make a bit about it, but no one knows, and I feel like I'm shouting into the dark where I'm like, they made it, they made a robot that learns, and then they hit it with a broom, and now it can do a backflip. Like, it's gonna murder us and do a touchdown dance on our grave. Like, I was just not a problem to everybody.
Yeah. No, I think Bill Burr's got one where he's like, unplug it. It's like, just get rid of it.
Well, have you seen the newer ones? The newer ones, they're like little dog robots, like from Resident Evil, like, or bomb dogs.
Ooh, I don't like that.
And there's like 30 of them, and they're just dancing in unison, like up and down.
I don't like that at all.
Back, up. Yeah, it's
That's terrifying.
like a sea of them, like 50 of them.
We've got to stop. This is a public service announcement.
But
This
the thing is,
does not need to keep going.
we're not going to, though.
Yeah. Oh, of course not. Of course not.
Like,
If anything is going to end humanity, it's going to be curiosity.
the rover?
Yes. Yeah. The rover.
He's going to be rocketing.
the rover that stopped working, so they programmed it to hit itself with its shovel to kick it back up again. You heard about that, right? Yeah. Its wheels stopped working and got caught on something, so they just typed in a line of code where it just took one of its arms and it was like, and then it just dislodged it and it kept going.
It made it sing itself a sad, sad happy birthday and then hit itself with a shovel.
Yeah. Yep. But I just thought that was funny. I've noticed with the AI art that it does landscapes tremendously.
Does those very well.
If you're trying to set up like a life tree with the and the forest of XYZ, excellent. When it gets to people, that's when you can easily tell something's not right.
The eyes are a really good giveaway.
Yeah.
But also more so hands.
Oh, I haven't even noticed that.
Because no one looks at the hands.
Yeah,
That's why
are they too small?
they're mushed together a little bit. So it's not individual fingers. It's like just the shadows. You know what I mean? Where it's like a flipper with shadows on it.
That's interesting.
Or like, it's not going to be a problem for long. That's
Right.
That's the other thing. It's going to be.
Because everything you type in makes it a bit better.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's freaky and I don't like it.
So here's kind of the reason I wanted to bring this up on our news/comedy podcast. I can't type in my name, like Tyson Cox, which is COX, Tyson Cox, stand up, to see whatever it would put out. I did put in Tyson but handsome, and it just put up like a bunch of really handsome black men. And I was like, it's racist, but also correct. So I tried to type in Tyson Cox, and COX got flagged. I typed in sexy Mothman pinup because I think it's really funny and I have some stickers. I was like, what's it gonna do? And I couldn't type in sexy. But also, in the same time, I'm in a public feed of other people's stuff, and some people are just like, ladies' feet, Emma Watson, skin, bedroom, like that's, and it's the horniest. It was at like 5 o'clock. It just got super horny one day.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, 100% makes sense.
The funny thing about the feet thing is that feet isn't even porn.
But it is for some people.
For some people, but like if you type in feet, the people that know are going to be like, oh, you're freaky.
Yeah.
But an AI won't pick up that feet is a sexual thing.
Well, here's the other thing too. It's programmed by a bunch of nerds.
Yeah.
So they might not be like, hey, maybe don't include a bunch of Quentin Tarantino feet shots.
Right. Oh man. But yeah, so AI is scary.
Yeah.
And
Emma Watson has apparently been like trending through the Midjourney AI.
That's so weird to
and
me.
it's very I kind of get it because it's going to be dudes that kind of grew up around our age.
Yeah.
Getting into the AI, and Harry Potter was huge.
Yes.
I don't like that it is getting to the point where it's like deep fakes are bad.
Yep.
And this is bad.
But not for long.
No, I don't mean like, I mean like bad as in like immoral.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah. But not for long.
Right. Yeah.
I got a campaign.
Yeah.
No, these are immoral. I do enjoy the fact, like, it is fun to see them in, like, one was like in a Pikachu onesie. I know what they're looking for.
Yeah.
But it was like the AI made it kind of cute. Others like Jonah Arc and stuff like other really like popular, like empowered characters. I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Yeah.
But then you also get Bazoombas. You're like, God, come on.
Yeah, I don't know. It's freaky. When you said that Emma Watson was like the number one
Yeah.
like person that was being on there, the child actress to adult that people fantasize about always freaks me out.
It's not great.
It's so creepy to me.
Yeah.
Like there isn't, growing up, my crush was,
you like them coming out hot.
yeah. Right.
I don't want to have to question anything about myself or people I know.
Yeah, but like everybody talks about like their first crush or anything like
Yeah.
that when they were a kid watching a show or whatever.
Yeah.
Like
Topanga and Kim Possible.
is so many people's, like a ridiculous amount of people's. It's weird that I've heard people talk and reminisce about that. It's like, you shouldn't, right? Like there's
Yeah.
a certain point in your age where that shouldn't be the memory.
I had a joke that I don't know if this will be good for the podcast or not, but it was like, anytime I hear someone that says, I want to do high school over again, I hear them say, I want to bang a freshman.
Yeah,
You're like,
it's creepy. Yeah. No, I knew somebody from high school that I met them in college, and they were like, oh, hey, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, oh, by the way, I've still got these pictures of my girlfriend. I'm like, delete those.
that's illegal.
Get away
it's
from me.
illegal now.
Yeah.
You are committing a crime
Uh-huh.
currently.
Yeah. No, and I was just like, dude, no. Like,
Yeah.
in your brain, from his point of view, he's like, well, I've had him for what? No, you gotta get rid of that shit.
Nobody cares that
That's a
the,
problem.
the film it was printed on is 17 years old.
Right.
Like-
Yeah. No, it's creepy. Well, there was a Twitch streamer. This was a few years ago, right? She, on one of her live streams, went through family photos.
Sure.
And one of those family photos was her when she was like 3 or 4 years old,
I don't like this at all.
getting a bath. And she was like, oh, look, it's me as a baby or whatever. And it was screen grabbed tens of thousands of times. And she got charged with distributing child stuff that we won't say because it'll get flagged.
Yeah, that's also why I use different words in my joke.
Yeah, right.
So whatever makes that joke the funniest, put that word in their audience.
Yeah, full on, like, it was like, hey, you are being investigated for distribution of...
That's insane.
Yeah, for
that's
flipping
wild.
through if you're flipping through a family book, you're not going to think of that stuff because you're like, oh, this is a cute picture of me when I
Yeah.
was 2 getting a bath.
Yeah.
And then just because it notifies you if screen grabs happen, and it was just like, and it's like, oh, this is horrible.
And as soon as you see a number, you're like, I'm in trouble.
Yeah.
Like, that's not.
Not okay.
I love cyberpunk and I love like dystopian futures. I
Mm-hmm.
do not enjoy the fact that I'm currently just going through one in real time. Like
Kind
we're-
of like we're getting there.
Yeah.
So there's AI art, everybody. Another thing that we were joking around about.
Hang on, I think it's great that we both agreed. Like, yeah, it's bad.
It's really bad.
It's not good.
What are we going to do about it?
I'm gonna
Nothing.
keep using it and donate each month.
Yeah.
Each month. To
I
get
like my
koozie.
Mothman pictures.
I make a lot of spooky boys. These are really creepy with his big eyes.
But that picture of chubby curly-haired guy kissing Sonic turned out really good, though.
I'm gonna have to get that down.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm gonna spend some.
Well, we need to take the picture that it was pretty solid and post it on our channel or something.
Yeah,
it was.
We'll pull it
very
up. We'll
funny.
pull it up. Yeah.
So we were talking about how the nerdy news that's coming out recently has come with an equal amount of shit going wrong. Right?
Yeah.
So
more or
like,
less,
for every good thing,
Yeah.
there was like the Blade movies falling apart.
Which I want it to be good so bad. I want it to be good so bad. Marshall Ali is a fantastic actor.
I agree.
The IP is a fantastic property.
Phenomenal.
It doesn't like you're bringing in vampires to MCU. You don't have to be like, and we've been here the whole time. Like, you
Right.
don't have to do that. I think what's happening, and I'm hoping this is happening because I finally got around to watching Thor 4.
Yeah.
Well, I watched a third of it,
It was bad.
and then I was like, I get it, and I left.
It was okay. I think last time I talked about it when you hadn't seen it, I was like, it's tolerable.
Yeah, it's fine. Just watching it just really felt ham-fisted.
Yeah, you know what I mean though, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like we're trying to tell this serious story joke. Like
Yep.
it fell apart.
There was
It
no
couldn't hold
gravity.
anything. Yeah.
No gravity in any bit of it.
None.
Which is, I think, is what happened with the Blade script because Marshall Ali read it and he was like, "This is ridiculous. There's 2 mediocre fight scenes and it's nothing but jokes."
Yep.
Then the director left, which I'm hoping is sort of like a response to Thor's, where like Blade is a darker story.
Yeah.
It's like Punisher, Blade, are like those are darker themed stories for the MCU
Yeah.
on purpose.
So my theory with what was going to happen with Blade
Yeah.
was going to be the exact same thing that happened with Hellboy. The original is so near and dear that the level that you have to hit for people to even accept it as okay is wild. And the chances of Disney being able to take the risks to do that were slim to zero.
True. It's the
Because I loved the original Hellboy. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Ron Perlman. I almost said Neil Perlman. Ron Perlman.
is Neil Perlman another person?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so. I'm just obsessed with this new artist named Neil Francis.
Oh, okay. All right.
But Ron Perlman did so good.
Fantastic.
So amazing.
Yeah.
One of those things where you look at that character and it's like, I genuinely can't see anyone else doing this.
True.
Then they got the guy from Stranger Things.
Which I think he still did a very good job. I think he had a bad script that was overly CGI'd.
Yeah, the movie was terrible, but he did fine.
Yeah.
But it also was trying to compete with Ron Perlman and the original.
Yeah.
Like, come on, how do you do that? You can't.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. It's why everybody gets freaked out when they say that they're going to replace Wolverine. How? Right? Like, there's such an iconic piece there that is Hugh Jackman.
But you can have other people do a very good job with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And it's just like Spider-Man. We've had 4 now.
Yeah.
Tobey Maguire was a fantastic Spider-Man.
Yeah. And it took a buffer of Andrew Garfield, which now everybody loves,
Yeah.
to kind of bring it around.
And then it was 2 other Spider-Men.
2 other.
Wait.
We got Tobey Maguire,
Yeah.
a.k.a. the GOAT,
Yeah.
Andrew Garfield,
Yeah.
and Tom Holland.
Oh, I thought there's one more for a second.
Huh.
Maybe
I mean, Miles Morales.
I'm in a different Spider-Verse than you.
Yeah. Right.
Keep up.
Yeah.
But so yeah, it had the buffer.
But Blade's going to be the same way. I mean, it was Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, but Marshall Ali is. I think Marshall Ali is objectively a better actor than Wesley Snipes.
True. I won't doubt that.
The fight choreography is 10 times where it is. It used to be like just a lot of like, we do big punches and like you mix a little kung fu, and now it's
Yeah,
like
but-
we have teams of that. Like you can build a very good practical guy. Like my buddy Rourke, who is ex-Marine, lost his mind in Winter Soldier when him and Cap are fighting, and he gets his arm Bucky gets his arm caught up, so he drops his knife and he catches it with the other one.
Yeah.
He was like, "What?" Like he lost his. I barely saw it. Like he was just like, "Oh my god, you don't understand how amazing!" Like we have that at our fingertips now. Like very
Yes.
very amazing martial artists. But what's going to happen is, ironically, with the first Hellboy and then the first Blade, they're going to get rid of all of the practical effects.
Right.
Go special effects so it doesn't feel grounded at all.
Yeah.
And then they're going to add in all these jokes. But what I'm hoping is, and so here's my whole point, is what I'm hoping is with the reaction of how Thor didn't make as much money as they thought it would, they crammed jokes in. It's getting heavy criticism on that. This would be a perfect vehicle to kind of like, hey, guess what? We can do dark.
I hope so.
Let's go.
I hope you're right.
Because they're rewriting the script, they replaced the director, and the lead actor is like, this is ridiculous and bad.
Yeah, that's true. I also agree with what you're saying about the fights. However, have we had a Marvel movie that the fights haven't consisted of nothing but jump cuts since Infinity War?
No, we haven't.
I think Shang-Chi was the closest we got.
Shang-Chi had some,
which had some amazing fight scenes in the first half before it went
and then before it turned into a Marvel movie.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Before it turned into a Marvel movie.
And I know
It's cheaper.
I know what I'm doing is going, these are the reasons why it should and could get better. That's all I'm doing is speculating and building it up and building a defense.
And then you're going to be sad.
I'm going to be so mad. I'm going to be so mad.
I'm going to go in and be like, I told you so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go in drunk, so I'll be like, practical effects fights here. Fight me, nerds.
I also did you a disservice by taking you to Sonic 2. Because it's...
you can't look at God and then look at a flower.
It doesn't... You can't do better. Like...
That's true.
Yeah. Bruh. I will always remember that kid.
Swim up. I want to know, all right, audience out there, listeners, message us your little story about like a stranger that has said a quote that lives in your head.
Rent free.
Because we have that.
2 came from Sonic.
Yeah. Bruh. Like a certain bruh and just swim up.
Yeah. We'll always be there. Forever.
And I want to know your guys' stories out there about little things that just live, that you heard a stranger say that just is a little earworm.
Yeah, no, it's so funny. Oh, but we also had similar dynamics when we were talking about, what was the other Marvel movie you're excited for? Werewolf.
Oh, Werewolf by Night.
Yes.
It'll come out. It comes out in a few days. It comes out
it does.
Day after this episode.
Which we need to go see.
You can come over to my house, Tyler.
Yeah. Wait, is it Disney Plus?
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was theater release.
I think it's Disney Plus. You can sit on my couch. My cat's been peeing on.
You're right. Yeah, that's great.
We'll drink hard cider.
But yeah, my opinion is I don't think Disney can do it right because it's Disney.
See. We're gonna see. It is insane to me that they have more money than God.
Yeah. And
cannot find a struggling artist who's good at this stuff to be like, do this. Here's your parameters.
Yeah. Well, so I was a buddy of mine and I were talking, and we had an interesting conversation about superhero movies pulling a 180 in expectation. Does that make sense?
Maybe.
So with the older ones, like the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, the quality in them was so different because the expectations were so different.
True. Okay,
when those movies came out, you could have a campier story with the Spider-Man, Mary Jane, get a more traditional comic booky feel to it.
Yeah.
Because the standard for superhero movies and TV shows, as fun and great as they were, like the original Incredible Hulk series, the Captain America movie, or like the old, like all of those were just time capsules of when they came out.
You're talking about like the 70s?
Yeah, like they've been building up as those types of movies.
Yeah.
And then we had movies like, Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, the Fantastic Four. Like they weren't great movies, but for superhero movies,
they're pretty good.
Pretty amazing.
And you're excited that you get I remember growing up being like, did you guys hear Spider-Man gets to have his own movie?
Yeah. Yeah, and it was epic.
Yeah. It was so good.
Yeah, and then we started getting movies like Iron Man, which I believe is 2006?
Something like that, yep.
Yeah, and that just changed the game.
It did.
And now our expectation for Marvel movies is so drastically different that we don't really have that same feel as when they were novel. So it's going to be hard to bring that back without getting grittier again.
And you don't necessarily have to get, you have to get a little grittier. You don't have to get like DC where everything's shot at night.
That's true. I mean, if we're looking, I don't know if sorry, I'm trying to get this out because it's important. When it comes to the grittiness, it's always important to tell those darker stories because it's the only way that you get like really masterfully done darker stuff like The Punisher, Spider-Man 3. That's really where the peak was.
I just have another one of them.
Yeah.
But you can do the grittier, darker stories like Watchmen, Punisher. You can do those, but you can still have lighthearted, good fun,
Right.
because like the Spider-Verse, I know it was animated, but that was really good.
It was amazing. I'm so excited for the next one.
Yeah, but and you can still, but they both can exist.
Yes.
But the problem is they're not, in my opinion, paying attention to the right character
Yeah.
and giving it the right vibe.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to just all make like, here's our Marvel movie,
Yeah.
because Eternals didn't feel like anything.
No, it was. I honestly don't know if I could even tell you 3 scenes from that movie. It's so forgettable.
I do know that Angelina Jolie and the guy from Train to Busan
Okay.
had better chemistry than a lot of people in other Marvel movies.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
That are supposed to be like love interests, and he's just like, I take care of her.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, Marvel, and I don't know where Marvel kind of fell apart because their movies were mostly the campy stuff.
Yeah.
You had some serious moments in them, but they were still relatively campy, not so packed full of jokes. And then they were like, hey, we can tell a darker side of Marvel. And that was the Netflix stuff.
Yes.
But now it's just
It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
tip the scale.
It tipped the scale. And I'm not blaming it. It did exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah.
But the problem is they're piling on afterwards. They're trying to be like,
Yeah.
we got to get that. We got to get the Guardians again. We got to get that.
Yeah.
But not it. That's for the Guardians by James Gunn.
Yeah.
That's not Thor 4.
Yeah.
It's not everything else. Like
It's upsetting that they found something that did so well because of its uniqueness.
yeah.
And then it's like, oh, that must be everything.
But I mean, that's just an allegory for capitalism and Disney,
Kind of.
Kind
yeah.
of. Where it's like, if that's a possibility, someone's going to take it.
Yeah. Traditionally, though,
That's my opinion.
yeah, I'll push back a little bit. Traditionally, when it came to this kind of stuff and like corporate releases, there weren't these monopolies like there were now.
Yeah.
So you would find your Guardians of the Galaxy, but you knew that you had to come up with something different to get different waves of audiences.
Yes.
But Disney doesn't have to do that because of the conglomerate that they've become.
Correct.
Like Disney before the monopoly they were animated kids family movies.
Yeah.
And then they bought Marvel and then they bought Lucasfilm. So now they just spread that out
Yeah.
and they've kept their brand.
And it's all kind of the same. Because
Yeah.
when you had the smaller companies, they had to be scrappy. They had to fight. They had to figure things out.
Right.
And then that's where you got real gems.
Yeah, because my argument for the whole thing is that the reason that it's going on is because of the lack of competition.
Yeah.
Like they've completely droned out the
Well,
competition.
and they are in all the streaming spaces as well. So it's like you can't even get in on those. But I do think, again, like weirdly enough, Amazon's doing a very good job.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I think that's going to be it for
that's,
today.
yeah, we got some more stuff to talk about on Thursday. So tune on in.
Absolutely.
You got anything coming up fun?
If you're listening to this the day it comes out, I will be at Metazoa Brewery tomorrow.
Yeah, at the Dog Show.
The Dog Show, October 6th.
Benefits the Humane Society.
It does.
Ran by our buddy Brian. If you are in Danville, Illinois on the 6th, I'm going to be at Sarge's Tap. It's going to be a good, fun time. Heard it's mostly sold out. I'm just doing some feature in there, so I'm going to go up there for about a half hour talk. Get paid. I don't know. But big shout out to our buddy. I got to get better at this. Why am I in charge of these? Damn it. God damn it. Big shout out to our buddy Defense Mechanism for his wonderful song. And if you guys enjoyed us, please like, subscribe, share, comment, tell a friend.
Leave a review.
Leave a review.
That's a thing now.
Tell your dog.
Yeah.
And
See, that's the problem with being on multiple things is that like and subscribe, YouTube, review, it's random podcast stuff. Like it's all over the place now.
yeah. But if you like us, help us out because we love doing this. And we actually have a live show in the works. We got to keep that kind of no real details, but we're working on that. So if you guys like us, follow up with that. And we'll see you guys on Thursday.
Goodbye, everybody. Fucking bye.
Fucking bye.